Apparently, self-help books can destroy you, and scientists have backed these 3 reasons as to why. See, modern hustle culture has glorified working like a robot, yet they don't show you the 3 reasons why it can actually end up destroying your mental ability, your self-love, and your entire life's timeline. I'm going to show you the real data that backs this, and I'm going to show you the correct route you can take to actually start helping yourself, to actually start your correct self-help book reading journey. And at the end, I'll give you the #1 self-help book you can start reading to actually start genuinely bettering yourself. Now, this one drug has affected the mental ability of more capable people than anything else in modern history. It's not cigarettes, it's not alcohol, it's completely legal, and the weirdest thing is, it is not only acceptable, but it's highly advocated to even children. And it all stems from self-help books and the feeling of false completion. See, the human mind is a sucker for dopamine. You know that better than I do. More than dopamine, the mind loves winning. It is obsessed over it. And that is where self-help comes in. It's the desire to win in one way or another. But here is the tricky part. See, reading a book is not something you do in 15 minutes. It's an investment you make, which takes a lot of time and effort. But this is where it gets very confusing. See, when you complete a book, your mind is separated from the initial duty you thought you had, which was to better yourself, and instead it has shifted to completed this book because you link completing this book with success, because it is the medium to which you expected it. So when you complete the book, your mind forgets that, hey, we haven't actually done anything. Instead, it gets flooded with a false sense of winning, of success, of completion, when it's not really done that, has it? No. This drug is the drug of completion. Your mind does the preparation and confuses it with the actual expedition itself. But how do you work past this though? Well, it's incredibly simple. Before I tell you, you have to promise me one thing. You will not have an emotional connection with a book you bought just because you bought it. Alright? Let me tell you now. Put the same time into implementation as you do into reading itself. When you are reading, take notes, and when you're done reading, shorten these notes because that allows you to go and engage with them. Then this is the main part. Create fake scenarios in which you have to apply what you learned. If you don't do this, you are better off abandoning the book you just got because there is no real effect of it on you. Now, this helps you protect your mental ability and redirect it in the right place. Segment 2 is where we talk about how self-help books can genuinely make you hate yourself. Keep watching, let's break it down right now. This is the scary effect self-help books can have on your self-love, your self-acceptance, your self-esteem. In 2009, psychologist Dr. Joanne Wood, she ran an experiment. She gathered a group of people and made them say one phrase: I am a lovable person. The results she saw were so confusing. See, whilst those with high self-esteem were not bothered, those with lower self-esteem felt a whole different wave of emotion. They reported feeling significantly worse after saying it. Every self-help book, they preach self-love and self-acceptance, yet they never dig deep into who you are and how you can love yourself. Have you ever read a book that sounds too optimistic, sounds too positive? That is this rule in action. But how do you avoid this then? It's very simple. Find who you are. We talk about that in crazy detail in the video linked below. Watch it to patch the self-acceptance issue with self-help books because you're gonna need it for segment 3, arguably the worst, most destructive segment yet. There's a famous Russian saying, "The tears of a stranger are only water." Curve it around and understand this. Winning at the wrong game, you still lose everything that matters. The self-help world can be a gem to some, but to others, it can be a corrosive tumor inside your heart. When you feel like you're behind in life, when you feel like you should have been doing more, you take action on it. And most of the time, it is in a form of preparing for a master plan of yours. That preparation is often done through obtaining knowledge, which is often done through obtaining a book. But when you read a self-help book, there's a massive dissociation that happens in your mind. You're reading another person's life's goals, habits, desires, life's lessons, and although undoubtedly they can be very helpful, they can lead you down one path which will destroy you. That path is any path that is not yours. This has made so many people chase scenery which they don't even want to see, including me. At 15, 16, I was very harshly a victim of this myself. I wanted a fancy car, a fancy Lambo, fancy watches, all that stuff. But at 18, I sat down for countless nights and I penciled down what I want, which is to decrease the element of misfortune in my people. The wealthy, they have too much, whilst the unfortunate, they're tied down to a void of nothingness. That is what I want to change. I couldn't give two fucks about a villa in the Bahamas or a mansion in Dubai. I am Pakistani. My people are troubled. It is disgraceful for me to escape, to leave my people suffering. Isn't it? That is my goal. I want to make a change for my people. That's what the self-help world can do to you. It can send you down a path for too long. And by the time you realize what you really wanted, it's often too late. I was fortunate. I was blessed enough to understand what I really want early on in life. In fact, I spent all of 2026's New Year's Eve locked in my room trying to figure out who I am, what I want. And I know I hate it when someone says, go find who you are. It's so confusing. It's like you are being thrown into a void. Listen, I am not gonna leave you in the gut-wrenching void, the gut-wrenching fog of not knowing how to find who you are. So watch this video. It's on my main YouTube. It's a different channel. And listen, it might be slow. It might take a couple of minutes. But either you take a couple of minutes now and find who you are, or in decades from now, when you do, it'll have been too late. So put some minutes here and save decades of your future. Thank you very, very much. Subscribe.